Marshall is off to a very strong start this week in our second Final Four game. One of these two teams will be moving on to the finale. One will move on to the consolation game. Marshall has 110. St. Rita has 30. Before we get into our United Way Move the Middle volleyball round, this round has a whole bunch of United Way connections, at least today anyway, because our judge is from United Way, Owen Stifler, who also I'm lucky to consider a friend of mine. Owen is the Communications and Marketing Coordinator for United Way. He is here as our judge. Thank you. But also a big thank you, not just to Owen, but also to United Way, because this is the first time that our teams are hearing of this. But United Way is giving $1,000 to the second place team this season in our tournament, and $2,000 to whichever team wins our tournament, courtesy of United Way. So thank you to the United Way for that. Let's move on to our United Way Move the Middle volleyball round. Contestants, you played this game one time already, that was a couple of weeks ago, but Move the Middle volleyball round is a conferring round. Have to hear from the captains. That's Abhinav and Caleb. And because of our coin flip, our first volleyball question goes to Marshall. You ready, Abhinav? Here it comes. What fictional character meets Annabeth Chase after his satyr friend Grover takes him to Camp Half-Blood in a series of myth-inspired novels by Rick Riordan?
Percy Jackson.
Yep. You probably didn't need me to read that whole question. You were just being polite, but you needed all that information as well, and you got 10 more. We're over to St. Rita. An element's atomic number is determined by the number of what positively charged particles in an atom's nucleus?
Protons.
Yeah, it seems like the whole team knew that one pretty quickly. Those are protons, and we're back over to Marshall. In the year 453, what Germanic tribe planned to, but ultimately did not, sack Rome under the command of Attila?
He knows?
Yeah.
What is it?
The Huns.
The Huns?
The buzzer got you. You need to be quick. You only have 5 seconds there. It is the Huns, but we have to abide by the buzzer, and no points there, so we need to go to a new question for St. Rita. Name the literary character created by A.A. Milne who wonders what it would be like if bears were bees as he tries to reach a beehive in the 100-acre woods. Wow, your parents were screaming this one at you. Winnie the Pooh is that fictional literary character if bears were bees. We're back over to Marshall. A project headed by crystallographer Rosalind Franklin discovered the double helix structure of what molecule that stores genetic information?
DNA.
Yep, DNA is correct. Those are Marshall's 10 points. Back to St. Rita. What Grand Duchess and daughter of Tsar Nicholas II was once popularly believed to have survived the murder of the Romanov family in 1918?
All right, Catherine the Great.
Incorrect. It's worth a guess, right? And we're in the right country anyway. Anastasia. Anastasia Nikolaevna Romanov. No points. Back to Marshall. Name the stealth-based Ubisoft series that includes games titled Black Flag and Odyssey, in which players journey through history to work against the Templar Order.
Assassin's Creed.
That's right. Video game playing sometimes pays off, especially when you're playing our game. That's 10 more for Marshall. Back to St. Rita. Grand Coulee, Glen Canyon, and Fort Peck are examples of what type of structure, one of which created Lake Mead in Nevada and is named for Herbert Hoover?
Dam.
Yep, that was a watch your mouth. That was a Hoover Dam, the one that created Lake Mead. And those are your 10 points. Back to Marshall. Name the novel by Daniel Defoe in which the title sailor gets shipwrecked on a deserted island where he befriends a former cannibal he names Friday. Robinson Crusoe. Buzzer got you there. Back to St. Rita. Yggdrasil is a mythical one of what kind of object whose branches and roots linked the worlds of Norse myth?
Tree.
Yes, you knew that one fast too. Links together the 9 realms. St. Rita gets those 10 points, and that's how we end the round. So right now, Marshall has 140, St. Rita has 60, halfway through our game. Our Nika IBW Lightning round will change things very fast. That's the next round, but first, you get to play at home with the Bergstrom bonus question. We'll be back with that answer.
On July 4, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was adopted and signed by the Continental Congress in which populous Pennsylvania city?